Hello everyone. In this particular video, we are going to discuss some of the very important past paper questions from IGCSE board exam on Unit 1 classification. By doing so, you will be able to have a quick recap of the entire unit, and also you'll be able to understand that what are the different types of questions which are actually asked in IGCSE paper, okay, from Unit 1 classification. So question 1 is, what does the term species means? Okay, now you know that what is species? Species actually refers to the group of organisms which can reproduce with each other to produce fertile organisms, okay, for fertile offspring. So B is the correct answer here. If you look at A, they have written a group of animals that reproduce asexually. So this is wrong, because the group, the organisms which belongs to same species, they reproduce sexually to produce fertile organism. Then C, they have given a group of plants that reproduce to produce fertile offspring. So this is also wrong, because the entire sentence is correct. Actually, for plants also it is correct, but here along with plants they should also include like animals or other unicellular organisms. Okay, fine. C also gets wrong because they have only included plants. The statement is correct, but they have only included plants. So this is not the correct choice for this particular question. A group of vertebrates that reproduce sexually. So this is also wrong. They should include other animals and other plants also. Question 2 is, woodlice are arthropods with 14 jointed legs. To which arthropod class do they belong? So the correct answer is crustaceans. They are not arachnids, they are not insects, they are not myriapods. Okay, they are a little bit related to insects, but actually they are more related to crustaceans. So the correct answer is crustaceans. 3, very simple one and very easy one. It was given, I've already taught you about this thing in my second video, the concepts and methods of classification. Okay, so systems of classification shows which organisms share more recent ancestors. So what is the most accurate system of classification? Now, if you remember, different methods of classification used was like, studying the morphological characteristics of organisms, then studying anatomical characteristics of organisms. So the most accurate method, which is recently developed, or scientists have, recently started using it after the improvement in technologies, or after the improvement in lab technologies and all. So that one is using DNA based sequences. Okay, there are 4 different types of base sequences: A, T, C and G. So scientists, they take DNA samples from 2 different organisms and they actually try to match the DNA sequences. So the most accurate method or accurate system of classification is using DNA based sequences. Anatomy is not the correct one, morphology is not the correct one, and using a pedigree diagram is also not correct. Because by using pedigree diagram, we only try to find out like who is the mother or father of this particular child, or who's the cousin, and who are the different family members in pedigree diagram. Okay, but the most accurate method of classification is using DNA based sequences. Question 4 is, the diagram shows 4 arthropods. Okay, 4 arthropods are shown here in the diagram. So how many of these arthropods are insects? The question is, how many of these arthropods are insects? Okay, so if you look here carefully, they have asked you about insects. Now, the moment they've asked this, first you have to remember what are the different characteristics of insects. So insects, their body is divided into 3 segments. You can clearly see 3 segments: head, thorax and abdomen. This is one point. Second, insects, they have 2 or 1 pair of wings. Okay, not all insects, only very rare, like there are few insects which do not have any wings, like for example ant. Okay, or if you'll see, or lice in the hair. Okay, so they also don't have any wings. Fine. So these ants, lice, they don't have any wings on their body. Okay, so the second characteristic which I've told you just now is presence of pair of wings. Third very important characteristic is presence of number of jointed appendages. Okay, so always remember, insects, they always have 3 pairs of jointed appendages. So under class Insecta, underclass Insecta of phylum Arthropoda, all the members, all the insects, they always have 3 pairs of jointed appendages. Remember this point. Now, if you look here carefully in these 4 pictures, okay, the first one, second one, third and fourth, okay. So first one is actually having how many pairs of legs? 3 pairs of legs. The second one, Anopheles, it's actually a female mosquito. So if you look here, it has 1 pair of wing is shown here, and how many pairs of legs? 1, 2, and 3. 3 pairs of legs are shown. In this one, Dermacenter, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 pairs of legs are shown. So that means it belongs to arachnid. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this one is 5 with pincers in the front. So it belongs to crustaceans. Okay, so I've told you very important characteristic feature of insects. They always have 3 pairs of legs. So first one, that is Pediculus, and second one, Anopheles mosquito. Okay, so these 2 actually belongs to class Insecta. So how many insects are shown in the picture here? There are 2 insects shown in the picture. Fifth one is, which process occurs both in plants as well as in animals? So the common feature of both plants and animals, they have given here excretion. Okay, excretion is one of the characteristic of life. Okay, out of 7. The second is phagocytosis. Phagocytosis is actually shown by, especially WBCs present in the blood. Okay, they actually, kill germs. They directly, consume, they eat germs. And photosynthesis and transpiration. So photosynthesis and transpiration is shown by plant cell. Phagocytosis is shown only by the animal cells, especially in human body or, other mammals. Then A is excretion. So excretion is the correct answer. Sixth, the sundew is a carnivorous plant that can trap small insects with its sticky hairs and then digest them. So digest them shows nutrition. When an insect gets stuck, other nearby sticky hairs bend over to trap the insect. Okay, this refers sensitivity and movement. Which characteristic of living organisms are demonstrated when sundew traps the insects? Okay, now as they have written here digest, it represents nutrition, but if you look at A, B, C, D, none of the options shows nutrition. Okay, so leave nutrition. When an insect gets stuck, other nearby sticky hairs bend over to trap the insect. Okay, so this is sensitivity shown by the plant. Okay, because the moment insect gets trapped in the plant, the other nearby sticky hairs, they will bend to trap the insect. Okay, so this is sensitivity and movement, because the plant is like this. Okay, so the plant is the leaves are getting closed. Okay, the leaves are actually getting closed, and the sticky hairs, they bend over to trap the insect. So movement and sensitivity. So D is the correct answer. Which characteristic is shown when person smells a gas in air? So this is, like which organ you use in your body to smell the gas? Nose. Nose is a sense organ, one of the sense organ present in our body. So sensitivity is the correct answer. 8. The diagram illustrates some of the processes carried out by living organisms. So green plant and chicken. Green plant takes oxygen from atmosphere and produces waste product. By using light energy, green plant, produces food and then also produces waste products. Then chicken is an animal, so it gives out carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, obviously after respiration. In the process of respiration, carbon dioxide gas is produced, and that carbon dioxide gas is always exhaled outside. Okay, and then it also produces waste product. Now you have to identify this particular process X. Okay, this process represents that green plant is consumed by, or it is eaten by chickens. Okay, so eaten or consumed comes under nutrition. So the correct answer here is B, nutrition. 9th question is, figure 1.1 shows 3 vertebrates. Each is from different class or group of vertebrate. Now you know that vertebrates are divided into 5 classes. Okay, fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds and mammals. So if you look at these three picture, these 3 classes are, first one is bird, okay, or aves, second is mammal, because they have this viscous external ears. Okay, pinna, external ear can be seen clearly. Okay, and third one is amphibian. Frog belongs to amphibians. So state one characteristic of all the vertebrates. So very easy and very simple. All these vertebrates, they have backbone or they have a vertebral column. So this question here is asked for 1 mark. So you have to write only one valid point to gain this 1 mark. So you can write down all these, all the vertebrates. They either have backbone or they have vertebral column. Okay. B is name the 2 other classes of vertebrate not shown in figure 1.1. So here they have not shown fish and they have not shown reptiles. So the 2 classes are fishes and reptiles. Okay, so question is asked for 2 mark, 1 mark for each class, fish and reptiles. Third one, name the feature which covers the surface of the bodies of animals in these 2 classes, but not the 3 animals shown in figure 1.1. Now in B1, you have actually named 2 classes, fishes and reptiles. So you actually have to write down the feature which is present in these 2 classes, but it is not shown by the animals present in the picture above. Okay. So fishes and reptiles, you're already aware that their entire body is covered with scales. Okay. Fishes, they have like, normal moist scale because they live in water. Okay. Water is always present around them. But reptiles, as they live completely on the land, so their body is covered with dry scale. But the common thing is scales. Okay. So these fishes and reptiles, they have scaly skin or their entire body is covered with scales. You can just write down presence of scales on the body. So this question is for 1 mark, only 1 valid point you have to write down. One important thing which you have to understand about these IGCSE papers is that, always first, after reading the question, first always check for the number of marks given against every question. Okay. So here in the second one, they have given 2 marks. That means you have to write down 2 valid points. If it is given 1 mark, you have to write down at least 1 valid point to gain the marks. Okay. And if they have given 3 or 4 marks, so you have to write down the number of valid points related to the number of marks given against every question. Okay. So this is the answer key which was given here. For first question, like, the characteristic of all vertebrates, you have to write the presence of backbone or presence of vertebral column. If you look here, guidance for examiners, they have written ignore vertebrae. Ignore vertebrae means if you write only vertebrae, so no marks will be awarded to you. For ignore, no marks are awarded. Okay, remember this. Ignore vertebrae means vertebrae is actually one single bone of vertebral column. The entire backbone in these vertebrates are made up of, different number of small bones, and one single small bone is known as vertebrae, right? So if you write vertebrae, you won't get marks. You have to write on either backbone or vertebral column. Question number 10, figure 10.1 shows an adult fly, Chrysomia megacephala. Okay, so the fly is Chrysomia megacephala. If you look here carefully, look at this picture carefully. This is an insect. Head, thorax and abdomen. 3 segments of the body can be seen clearly. Then apart from this, in front you can see here, right? A very small pair of antenna. One single pair of antenna is given. Then one single pair of wings are present. Then 1, 2, 3. 3 pairs of legs are also present. Okay. Apart from this, insects, they also have compound eyes. So compound eyes are also present here. Okay, the first question is state 3 visible features from figure 10.1 that could be used to distinguish adult insects from other arthropods. So this is very important. You have to write down the 3 visible features. Now, when I say visible features, or when the question is asked about visible features, you have to understand, you have to write down the features which are clearly visible in the picture. So you can write down either presence of one pair of antenna, or you can write down, the body is divided into 3 segments, head, thorax and abdomen, or you can write down there are 3 pairs of legs, okay, or you can write down just, a presence of 1 pair of wing, okay, any 3 out of these, okay. So they have given here 3 pairs of legs, 3 body segments, wings, 1 pair of antenna and compound eyes, okay. So out of these 5, any 3 if you write, you will get marks. Okay, so the next question is figure 11.1 shows 3 crustaceans which live in the same rock pool. The rock pool also contains seaweed and seawater. Seaweed is actually a type of algae, okay, a multicellular algae. Complete the sentences, use words from the list. Each word may be used once, more than once, or not at all. Crustaceans all belong to the same group as insects called arthropods. Okay. All crustaceans have at least, how many pairs of legs are there? They have 5 pairs of legs. Okay. So all crustaceans have at least 5 pairs of legs. They also have a hard outer covering called an exoskeleton. Okay. So the external skeleton present in crustaceans, or it's known as exoskeleton. 7 individuals of one species, Cancer pagurus, were found in the same pool. These individuals make up a population. So correct answer here will be population. Cancer pagurus is a dash because it eats fish and other animals. So it is actually a consumer. So you can write either consumer or you can write carnivore. Okay, it would be both. Okay, seaweed makes its own food, so it is a producer, because seaweed, as I already told you, it is actually algae. So all algae, they contain chlorophyll in them. Okay, so with the help of chlorophyll, they prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. So all these organisms which perform photosynthesis, they are known as producers, right? So seaweed makes its own food, so it is a producer. Next, question they have given here is, the drawing of Cancer pagurus in figure 1.1 is not the same size as the actual animal. Okay. State what would be needed to calculate its actual size and explain how would you do this calculation. Now here you have to actually explain how would you do this calculation of finding actual size. Okay. Now you have to check that this question is asked for 3 marks. So remember, you have to actually talk here about magnification. You can write down that magnification formula is, image size or the size of the drawing divided by actual size. Okay. So in order to find out actual size, you should know the magnification of the image, and you should know the the size of the drawing of the image. So if you look here at the diagram, Cancer pagurus, okay, this is the diagram. So you can write down, in order to find out the actual size, you should know the magnification, and you should also know the image size or the size of the drawing. Okay, so you can divide size of the drawing by magnification and you can find out actual size. Just look at the answer key here. They have given the same thing, correct formula. They have given actual size equals to observed size by magnification. So 1 mark for writing this one formula. Okay, if you will write only the formula of magnification, then you will get only 2 marks, right? After writing this formula, you have to give reference to the observed diagram or image size, and you should also give reference to the magnification. Okay, then only you will get all 3 marks. The next, then part C is, all the crustaceans were found living under rocks or seaweed. Okay, suggest 2 reasons why they were living there. Okay, so why all these crustaceans were living under rocks or under seaweed? So the answer is to avoid predators, obviously, because predators can come and easily catch them and consume them. So in order to avoid predators, they were living there. To find their food, to cool temperature, to avoid sun, keep moist, camouflage, or any other valid point. AVP means any valid point. Okay, or you can it's written here, a humid place. Okay, so if a student writes like because for water or for humidity, okay, so because the place is humid, that's why they are living there. So this point is also accepted. A means accept. So this point will also be accepted by the examiner. Actually, the C part of the question is from different chapter, not from unit 1 classification. D they have given here is, D is having 2 parts, 1 and 2. D they have given 2 other crustaceans, Porcellana platychills and Porcellana longicornis were found in the same rock pool. They're closely related to each other. Okay, they're closely related to each other. So first one, describe how their scientific names show that they are closely related to each other. It's very easy and simple one. If you look at the scientific name, you are already aware that the scientific name of all organisms, they have this genus as well as species. Okay, so the genus of these two organisms are same, only the species is different. That means genus is same, that means they are closely related to each other. So this question is asked only for 1 mark, so you can just write down here that both the organisms, they belong to same genus, hence they are closely related to each other. Just by mentioning that they belong to same genus, you will get 1 mark. D2 they have given, although they are closely related, they cannot successfully interbreed. Obviously, because they both belong to two different species. So in order to produce a fertile organism, the organisms should belong to same species. Okay, in order to produce fertile offspring, the organism should belong to same species, right? So they cannot successfully interbreed. For 1 mark they have asked. Why? Because they both belong to two different species. Just have a look at the marking scheme. They've given here both have same genus or both Porcellana. So that's why they're closely related. And 2 is they are from different species. So offspring would be infertile. So any one you can write, okay, out of these two, and you will get 1 marks, right? Understood? So only these many questions we'll discuss in this particular unit. Hope you have understood the entire unit well, and you have also got an idea about what type of questions are asked in different papers on this particular unit. Okay, the questions about magnification and drawing the diagram of a biological specimen and the questions on dichotomous key I have already covered in the previous videos. So only this much in this video. From next video onwards, we are going to start unit 2. Okay, organization of the organism or organization of the body, in which we will actually learn about cells. Okay, animal cell, plant cell, and what are the different parts of the cells. So only this much in this video. Take care till then. Bye bye.